All right, so we're getting down to the nitty gritty here on the kind of product specific explainer videos, and this one's a big one. This is the AI agent, and as some of you may or may not know, the AI agent is the core of the TxtCart platform, especially in this new 4.5 release. It is the, like I said, kind of core, the crux of our two-way conversational agent that texts back and has a conversation with customers, helps kind of nurture the shoppers along, helps kind of reduce the risk in making a purchase, helps support them on whatever needs they might have. It answers questions intelligently. It helps recover abandoned carts. It closes sales automatically, all without a human ever having to type a single reply. Now, we can escalate to humans, but we have a wide variety of skills and knowledge here that really allows the AI to take over the vast majority of conversations. So it's very, very high leverage, very, very cool. So what you're seeing here on the AI agent configuration page is the persona tab. We have a few different tabs here that we'll get into each of them. And for the persona tab, we want to think about how the AI is going to represent us and our brand. So we have the opportunity here to really customize this to whatever it is for our liking. So I've gone ahead and worked with my Claude skill to help me fill all this in. So for our brand summary, we're going to give it a little bit more information. We're going to keep our agent name here as Lindsay, as the sales associate. Right, we have a couple different options here to select on the role, setting the age, the gender, sign-offs if we want one, words and phrases that they may use. So for example, we might have a few that we want to add here. No pull harness, side ring technology, vest style harness, and let's do front clip, and let's do easy grip handle for now. All right, and we're able to configure our emoji usage here. And then if we want to block content, same kind of thing. All right, we can add stuff like this. So here's some good examples for you. And you can also, for example, block certain emojis if you so choose. And then you can get in here and you can really dial in the tone of voice. So for example, maybe we want to be a little bit more gentle, a little bit more casual, a little bit more empathetic, and a little bit more playful. And then we might maybe want to set a few of our preferred emojis. So we'll pick 3 really good ones right here. Boom. Okay, so now the persona page is nicely set up. We're going to go ahead and save that. And that has been updated. So now we'll go in over to our skills. And you can see here, we have a bunch of different options here. If we wanted to enable the AI agent to be able to cancel orders on our behalf for customers or initiate returns and exchanges, that can be toggled on or off here as well, amongst a few other agent skills. We're always adding different skills here to make the agent more capable. And this is where all of that configuration and customization lives. Then we can get the bundles. So there's no bundles for this store right now. I'm not going to create any in particular, but I'll show you how you would go about that. So for example, maybe we want to create a bundle and call it matching leash. And this would be a frequently bought together bundle. And then maybe we want to trigger on any of our dog harness. So let's just do best harness for a golden retriever and the 2-in-1, 3-in-1, and 5-in-1. So these are the trigger products. We could also just decide, hey, we don't want to trigger on a product. We'd rather just trigger on the 2.0 harnesses, actually. So rather than trigger on products, let's just trigger on all 2.0 harnesses. And then when the product that triggers it happens, we can then recommend specific products, right? So maybe we have a poop bag premium dispenser. We have a blue plaid collar plus the free removable bow tie. And we have the blue plaid matching dog leash. So these are good options. Let's add those in. And if you want to clarify why we're recommending this, it's totally optional, but you can do that. And then we'll just set priority to 1. And then we're going to leave the recommendation prompt here. And then you could go ahead and you could create that bundle. All right, and now you'll see that bundle is active, right? We have frequently bought together, 1 trigger, 3 recommendations with a priority of 1. You can go in, you can edit it, you can delete it. For purposes of this demo, we're going to go ahead and go and delete that. So moving over to the knowledge base. So this is super simple. This is going to show you how many sources have synced, how many are active, if you have any processing or pending, these source types, and it's going to allow you to also add sources, right? So you can add sources from an external website, a Google Doc, your Shopify policy page, or a specific Shopify page, or just upload a file. And then you have all of these that automatically synced and scraped when you configured your platform. Excuse me. So for example, we are going to check this, right? Links to our page. All of this looks good. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna approve that page, right? And then basically you go through this page, you check them, you approve them or you edit them, and it will help make the AI stronger. From there, we're gonna move over to facts. So with facts, very similar, right? These are short authoritative statements that the agent can cite. These can be corrections or quick facts that it should surface when relevant. And then we have verified answered. So this is a curated question answered pair that the agent uses for high confidence replies. So this is if you wanted to actually give a very specific verbatim reply for a very specific question. So for example, let's just create one. All right, so the question could be, what's your return policy? And the answer that we might want to give is this: returns and exchanges are easy and can be done within 60 days of purchase, all handled online through our return portal. If you order the wrong size, we offer free exchanges. Then you can give variants here. You can do a confident match, exact, or broad match. Or you can use the answer verbatim, which basically says, return this answer exactly as written without the agent rephrasing it for legal pricing or compliance text. So for instance, this is not a potentially legal pricing or compliance text, we're not going to use verbatim, but we're going to create that as a verified answer. And then we'll create one as well for we'll create one for this question. So is the harness vet approved? And we'll go in with an answer. Yes, the Joyride harness is a vet approved. Dr. Lisa Lippman has recommended it, and you can find a review on our site. For this, we're going to use a verbatim answer because it does have a kind of legal aspect to it. And you'll see we have a verbatim tag now. And then you'll be able to see as well how many uses and when it was last updated. So very, very helpful. Then in the guidelines area, this is the behavioral rules that the agent always follows, such as escalation policies or, again, prohibited topics or the required disclaimers. So for this example, I've already drafted one up with the Claude skill. I'm going to add a guideline. And we are going to make this around a general category. We're going to add that guideline. So escalate to a human immediately. Any mention of the dog being injured, choking, having an allergic reaction, or any safety incident during use. Never make veterinary, medical, or training outcome guarantees beyond what's stated in verified answers. Never guarantee 100% escape-proof or pull-proof results. Frame it as a designed to discourage pulling, not will stop pulling. Escalate to a human for any refund or chargeback threat, any order over $150 in dispute, or any request outside of the 60-day return. So very, very specific on what we're doing here on the guidelines. And then what you can do when you're done with configuring the AI agent to your liking, you can then go ahead and test this in the AI playground. You can set up a test scenario. You can watch a video on how it works or read a policy on how it works, and you can just start asking it basic stuff. So for example, right, maybe we want to chat as a subscriber here. we are going to assume that we got a order confirmation flow. So let's apply that scenario. Thank you for your purchase, Deborah. We greatly appreciate your business. Your order number is blank. You can view more information. And then we can pretend to be Deborah in this example and say, hey, thanks for the confirmation. Was wondering how long shipping usually takes, and if I am not satisfied with the purchase, how long do I have to return or exchange? And this basically simulates a real life conversation between your AI agent and your customers. AI agent comes back, Lindsay comes back and says, hey, Deborah, shipping typically takes 7 to 10 business days via USPS. And no worries if something's not right. You have 60 days from receiving your order to return or exchange. If it's a sizing issue, exchanges are free. And we're going to ask a very specific question here on pulling, right? My dog's pretty aggressive. Does it stop pulling? And you can see here also, you can, if you like this answer, you can add it as a verified answer. Then it comes back, it cites the source, and it gives you the answer. The harness is designed to discourage pulling using side ring technology. It's a vest-style harness that gently redirects your dog instead of putting pressure on the neck. A lot of pups respond really well to it, but its results can vary by dog. It's also vet approved, so it's a solid, safe option to try. Very good at response. And again, perfectly trained on the actual interpretation that we gave it through the knowledge base, our verified answers, and our guidelines. And again, if you're not happy with something here, you can go back, you can rechange this, you can rerun or try a new scenario. It's totally configurable and it gets smarter over time. The most important thing to do is actually go through for the 5 or 10 minutes that it's going to take. Just set up your persona, check the skills, add any bundles if you care about it, verify your knowledge base, and set up any guidelines and verified answers. So with that, if you guys have any questions, as always, reach out to the 24/7 live chat support. We're here to support and help you, and we'll see you on the inside.